Hi, my name's Eric Wilson. I'm an independent licensed mechanic, 35 years of service, and I'm the person that inspected this 99 Ford Explorer. And I'm going to give you in the next 4.5, 5 minutes the inside story and what I found so you can make an informed decision. Number one, you got 235K on it, and I took it for a test drive, and really good runner. I didn't find that it shifted properly, and I didn't notice any real concerns as far as the motor and shifting go, or any motors. But then, now starting at the top of the list here, I'm just going to run you through to see it and give you tell you what I found. Now, on the accelerator, which is to do with your gas pedal, there was no problem. The fuel system, there was no leaks that I could find. The exhaust, there was no exhaust leaks. The transmission shifted properly. The front and rear, there's no leaks that I could see, or problems as far as the front axles and the rear axles to go. And it is 4x4. And in the back end is a solid axle. Okay, now there is no clutch, and the fluid levels, the brake, the oil, and the fluid, and power steering fluid were all good. Now the CV joints, the rubber boots, the protective boots that were not ripped or leaking in any way. Now all your high beam, your low beam, your running lights, your turn signals, your hazard lights, license plate, all of these lamps were working fine. Your instrument, your speedometer is working properly, and that saw that on the test drive. The indicator lamps were working, the horn worked, and the high beam indicator worked as well. Now, coming up to the brake system. Okay, and I'll just try to get a focus here. Okay, yeah. No, your brake system worked fine. Your hydraulic system, your brakes, your parking brake is fine. Your hydraulic system, which is the brake lines, there was no leaks that I could see. The vacuum system, which is your brake booster or your power brakes, was working fine as well. There is no drums. They're all disc. And now, speaking of disc, what I found on the for the front brakes, were very new actually. About 30,000 K left on the front brakes. On the rear brakes, they were just been replaced. So you have about 40,000 K on the left on the rear brakes. Now, coming back to the steering lash, there is no loose in the steering. Try to get that focus again there. Okay, and on the steering lash, there was no loose steering. That felt good. The rack and pinion, now because it's rack and pinion never do loosen up. It's only the trucks that have the worm gear that do get loose. But this is rack and pinion. The power steering system was good. It was working fine. There is no kingpins. Kingpins are to do with larger trucks and larger pickups and trucks. Now, ball joints. This is important. These are what holds the front wheels to the suspension, and they are tight. Now, leaf springs are intact. The struts and shocks are there was no leakage on the struts and shocks, and the computer controlled is comply as well. Now, the diagnostic trouble codes, that's any check engine lights. There was check engine lights. There was ABS. There was diagnostic. There is diagnostic trouble codes. One is an ABS light, and no, I didn't scan it. Usually, what that is one of the bearings. One of the sensors and one of the 4 bearings is gone. If you are interested in the vehicle, I can scan that for you and tell you exactly what you're looking at, which is usually a bearing change, but maybe a $250 job if you want that to go away. But ABS light is not something that's going to shut down or cause any problems with the brakes. Okay, so because the brake system itself is a separate system and it is working well. Now, and I wrote, now what I've done is I wrote a list here, okay, of what, the ABS, I wrote this on ABS light is on, so you're aware of that if you're interested in this vehicle, okay. Now, coming back up to the frame and body, you've got the hood latch, it's working properly, the hood stays latched. The door hinges, there's no loose in the door hinges. The bumpers, there's no cracks. Windshield wiper and washers work well. The rear windshield wipers work well. The windshield, there is a crack in the windshield. The windows are fine, are working up and down. The defrost heaters, mirrors, the The seats are working. The power seats are working well. Mud guards are in place. The window glazing, all that, and there is no hits that I could see damage as far as body or as far as frame goes. Now tread depth. Now I'm just going to go take you down here to the front tires. They're down. You got maybe, and I sent you. If you look at the 4 pictures, I took 4 close-ups of the tread depths, and you got about 5,000 K left on the front tires and about 5,000 K left on the rear tires. So they're definitely down. Okay, now and everything else, tread section and sidewalls and wheels. There's no damage to the rims that I could see. Wiring, I didn't find any. The battery was strong. It started right up after sitting for a long time. There was no switches were working well, as well as there was no problem with the alternator because there was no indication that the alternator was not working. Now, another problem you do have with this thing is the back hatch for some reason wasn't opening. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what the problem is there, but it's something I have to get at and address. And usually what happens, they rust up inside, and I have to get them open and I have to lubricate them. Okay, it's a labor job, like $100 job. Anyway, this is what my finding on this 99 Ford Explorer is, and so you can make yourself an informed decision. Now, folks, I can do this inspection on any vehicle whatsoever. Like if you got another vehicle that you're interested in, let me know. I will arrange it with the seller, and I will go do this inspection, and you can see the inside story for yourself. No cost or obligation to yourself, because the seller is the one that's going to have to agree to pay me, and I'm sure they will if they want to sell their vehicle. So, folks, I look forward to helping you find your vehicle, and have a good one.